All right, moving on to Sam's question. He says, "Hi, Money Guy team. Do you have any career advice for switching careers from a CPA to a financial advisor? What are some things you wish you knew when you started as an advisor and you started on that career path?"
Well, it seems silly for me to weigh in on this one, right? If only,
I know someone who might know.
If only we had like a resident expert on what it looks like to switch from being a CPA to being a financial advisor. Wouldn't that be super interesting?
Did Sam tell us how long he's been a CPA?
He did not. But Sam, if you're out there, let us know.
I was going to fine tune my answer here, because here's the thing. I try to convince everybody I can who's young. If you don't know what you want to do when you go to college, go be an accountant. And I really do mean it. I still stand by this. I convinced my niece to do this. I'm so proud of her. She's at UGA as an accounting major too, because I think accounting is the language of business. And if there's so many things. Like I've got a guy that's in one of my business groups. He's working through a business sell, and me and him were talking the other day. And I was like, man, I'm going to talk to you like I don't talk to anybody else, because I know you come from a public accounting background, so we can talk our secret language, because you understand all these numbers, you understand these formulas, and I don't have to just bring it down. I was trying to make it very not seem rude and condescending as CPAs maybe can be. But here's so Sam, congratulations, you're a CPA. I think that CPA is one of the greatest majors. But here's my word of caution. And I'm going to probably upset every one of my CPA friends out there.
Sam has been a CPA for 3 years.
Oh, man, you're right in the window, Sam.
Will help,
Sam, I will tell you, because here's the journey of a CPA. You come out and they crush you with work. I mean, you work a lot of hours.
80, 90
You're
hours
getting
a
a
week.
ton of experience. I lived through it. I think I was better for it, because I really learned how to understand how business works, a lot of tax seasons and so forth. But here's my thing, is that you will get to a point. I would challenge Sam. Sam, look up the food chain from you, and look at your boss's life, the manager at the CPA firm you're at, and say, is this the life that I want? Because being a CPA is very lucrative once you get to like partnership level. But still, there's this ultimate element that I've noticed with all my CPA friends that leads to some burnout, is that you don't get paid unless you're essentially doing work. Mm-hmm. This is the problem with attorneys too, is that yes, your time is very valuable, you get paid a premium, but that is tough work to do when you're 48 years old, 52 years old. You still, yes, you bill at $400 or $500 an hour, but man, you still, you just don't get to come off. You have to be on at all times. So that's why I think you see so many CPAs jump into consulting, becoming financial advisors and other things, because your skill set is so valuable that it works out. But I do encourage CPAs, go into public accounting, get that grind, but then get out and go figure out. And it sounds like, Sam, you want to get into the financial space, but let me go ahead and throw the cold water on you. You make a great living as a CPA. When you come back into the financial space, the only people that pay you great money, let me say this a better way. The sky's the limit as a financial advisor on what you can make. But the entry level, if you're going to do it right, is going to be less than what CPAs are paid. It's going to be a step back for a 3-year CPA to get into the profession. But if you do it right, you'll catch back up 4 to 5 years in the future. So you just have to ask yourself, is it worth taking that step back? Because and I want to caution you, if you go to some of these other financial outfits that they tell you immediately how much money you're going to make, ask them at what point you have to start calling friends and family and asking to manage their money, because that's actually the worst thing that can happen. I need you to respect the 10,000 hours that's required to become an expert on anything. So if you came into financial planning, I would not want to call a family or friend until I was 4 or 5 years into that profession, so that I actually do good work for them, because they love you. They're going to take the call because they love you and they care about you. So you owe them the same respect to not call them until you love them enough that you're going to call them as an expert, not just somebody who needs a favor so that you can actually get your first account, because you're not going to know up from down right out of the gate. So be careful of the get-rich-quick places that are going to churn and burn through your client list and your friend list and your family list. Get the experience, but know it's probably going to be a step back to go forward.
One thing that I'll tell you is, if you are interested in going the financial advising route, this is a field that you want to look at, I would encourage you to go look at the Certified Financial Planner designation. The CFP designation we think is probably one of like the prerequisites to like do this. I mean, it's not a necessity, but we really like seeing that. It's something we place a lot of value on for our younger associates coming through. So it's really easy to go look at like what course curriculum is required. As a CPA, you might be able to exempt out of a lot of it, but you can go and get the materials and see, okay, what kind of information is covered? What kind of things would I be learning and doing as a financial advisor? And just looking at that corpus of curriculum would allow you to figure out, okay, is this something I really like? Or do I just like the investing side? Do I not really care about the estate planning and the insurance analysis and the tax stuff and the retirement stuff? Or no, do I actually love all of that? And if you love all of that and you can kind of get through some of that material and it keeps you juiced up, by all means go in that direction. But I'd at least like stick my big toe in before I left the accounting world, because you may find I just really like doing accounting work, and that's okay. It's just there's different trade-offs associated with that.
I want you to go to our careers and check out our jobs too.
Yeah, we go.
But I do want to caution, because I had a friend, super successful CPA, and he's like, man, I just want to come work with you. I was like, look, we have a lot of retirees that come and work with us. You could do it. And I said, this would be the starting salary. And he goes, is that a month? And I was like, no. So that's the only thing I tell Sam. You got to figure out where your journey is, because some people get too far in. I mean, because this is no different than being an entrepreneur. Is if you have to take a step back to go a step forward, timing matters a lot. So sure. if you've got a lot of family and friends, I mean, if you got a spouse and children, and those life choices they squeeze down your decision. Your path to success is a lot more limited. So look at that. But I will tell you, Sam, it is the greatest profession. I love being a financial planner because our clients love us. I wake up feeling like I'm adding value every day when we're working with clients. And it's a good, and I don't think burnout. I went from when I started working as a public accountant, I already had a plan that I was going to retire between 50 and 55. And now here I am quickly approaching both of those dates. And I couldn't imagine leaving the workforce. That means you're working in the right field, that you actually still get excited this many years, multiple decades into the career, and still love doing it every day.